Namaste. All right. Well, this practice will be about warming us, stoking our inner fire. And Patanjali writes in the Yoga Sutras about the restraints and observances. And one of these observances is tapas, which is a virtue that leads to knowledge of the true self, or Atman. It involves self-discipline and effort, which in turn will produce heat as it overcomes our resistance to changes and effort and work and moving and all these things that we've built up inertia around. But our commitment and dedication to our yogic practices of asana, pranayama, and meditation produce the tapas, which causes purification, transformation, and union with the higher self. Let's begin to invoke spirit and create a sacred space to honor the body temple, using centering breaths that kindle the sacred fire within. As you inhale, lift up through the crown, and as you exhale, press down through the sitting bones. Take complete breaths, slowly filling the lungs to their capacity, and gradually emptying the lungs of every ounce of air. Now, bring the palms together and interlace all the fingers except the index fingers with the thumbs crossed. This is Uttara Bodhi Mudra. Rest them at the heart. This is the mudra of upward enlightening forces, acting like a lightning rod for inspiration and clear sight. This mudra enhances both groundedness and lightness. The index fingers represent the air element, which is pointed upward, increasing mental clarity and the feeling of joy. We will release the mudra, and as you may know, Hatha Yoga, one of the intentions is to awaken the energy at the base of the spine, the Kundalini energy, and bring it upward to the crown. So the fire of your tapas, this inner heat and flame, helps to bring that upward flow of energy. Okay, so this is udana, is the energy that rises. Now, let's fold forward, just stretch slowly over the hips, walk the fingertips forward, bow the head, just let the neck go limp and swing from side to side. And lean back and switch the feet. Take an opening breath in the chest, look up. And then begin to fold forward once again, this time with each breath. Expanding on the inhale, bowing deeper on the exhale. Just listening to your own body's wisdom. And come up to a straight back. All right, begin warming ourselves with pranayama. Bhastrika pranayama, the bellows breath. In this breath, you're going to use the abdominal muscles mainly, not the shoulders or chest, to pump the air in and out through the nostrils, like a blacksmith heating his forge with the bellows. You're going to pump the air, but do it at a pace that's sustainable. Okay, so if you feel like you're getting dizzy or something, just go back to normal breathing. But otherwise, we'll begin with this pumping breath in and out through the nostrils. And then return to normal breathing. Lean to the right side, lift up the left arm, and stretch the left side of the body. And switch, bring the left hand down, lift the right arm up, and lengthen through the right side of the body. Keeping the right sitting bone grounded. The side of the ribs widening. Then come back to the center and do another round of Bhastrika breath. If you want to change your feet again, do that. This time in the breathing, if you've practiced these pranayama and feel secure in your ability to speed up the pace, try that. But don't feel any pressure to go faster. If you were just getting the idea of it now for the first time, do the same thing you did before, pumping the air in and out with measured breaths. Back to normal breathing. And now lay back onto your spine. Recline, stretch out. And lengthen the body, reaching over the head with the arms, spreading the toes, and stretching the legs, maybe shimmy side to side. Okay, big stretch. Then bring hands interlaced behind the head, lift the knees. And on the exhalation, lift the back and bring the knees to touch the elbows. On the inhale, stretch out the legs. And repeat just a few more times. Yeah, if you do this all the time, you may try crisscross, opposite elbow to opposite knee. Good. And then rest the feet down. Relax. Stretch out the arms wide and the palms down so you have stability. And then lift up the legs vertically. The inner edges of the feet are touching, and we'll slowly circle both legs in the same direction. Okay. Now you can make the circles larger, but don't speed up. And then after a few revolutions one direction, just change the circles the opposite direction. Good, fabulous. And then lower the feet and we'll come to a nice seated pose. Lifting the back up, stretching the legs out. Actually, no. Then lift the knees so the feet are flat. All right, so we can do Purvottanasana or upward table. And press the feet down, the hands down, lift the sides of the hips up. Now inhale, lift to your max, and then exhale, lower the buttocks down, swing it back between the hands, and repeat that, lifting up on the inhale, and swinging back on the exhale. Okay, getting some heat going. All right, try one more. Purvottanasana. And then relax, sit down, balance there on the sitting bones. Where am I? Oh, we did that right. All right, let's go right ahead to boat pose. Now, asana. Just balance on the sitting bones. Lift up the legs. Maybe try to release the hands. Wow, you're great. Powerful. Hey, way to go. Good job. Lower the feet down. Lift the arms up. And now relax forward. Rest. Just rest down over the hips. Just let the breath flow naturally in and out. So if you need to rise on the inhale, you can fill your lungs completely. Now let's turn over to kneeling. All right. Sit back onto the heels. Come down into child's pose. And bring the hands around to hold on to the heels. And then on the inhale, lift the head up, lift the hips up, and hold now on the buttocks so you can arch back into camel. Okay, now folding back down, exhale to child's pose, bring the hands back, and inhale, lift up to camel. Okay, good. That's all there is to it. Just keep flowing, working from the core to lift and lower with confidence. Good. And just rest the hands down in front of you and circle the hips, going around one revolution per breath. And reverse the circles if you haven't. And widen the knees, hip distance for downward dog. And then lift up. Press the hips back. And relax the knees and shoulders on the inhale. Arch the lower back. And with your exhale, lengthen the arms and legs to stretch the spine. Good. Now, balancing on the right arm, turn the heels to the right for side plank. If you want more support, bring the right knee down and then lift the left arm up. And lengthen the left side, stretching that left arm over the ear. Okay, maybe you have the legs straight, or try lifting the top leg. You can go up and down with the top leg. And then press back to downward dog. Now the second side, balance on the left arm, turn the heels to the left, lift up the right arm. Use the left knee for additional help. Press that knee down, open the heart, or challenging more with legs straight, building more inner heat. And then try lifting the top leg, just if that's a fun thing to do. And rest hands and knees down to table pose. Okay, now we have plank pose. So straighten the knees, balance, hands and feet with the back and legs straight. Lift up the right leg and press the hips back to three-legged dog. Oh, I have to walk my hands back. Okay, now tuck the right knee into the chest. Balance on the right arm as you pivot the left toes out and slide the right leg underneath and across. Then open the left arm. You have stargazer. Or try to bind the left hand to the right foot. And we go into pigeon. So right knee down and the hips back level. This is quite the transition, right? All right, so we can have a sleeping pigeon down over the right hip, or a twisting pigeon balancing on the left hand, twist around to the right, and then hold the right foot, or left, where are we? That's the left foot with the right hand. Good. Get a little thigh stretch that way. Now release the bind and just sit over to the right side. Now I'm facing the wrong way, so let me spin around. And you will be here for revolved head to knee pose. Lifting the right arm up. And option to either hold the left hand on the right knee or to hold the left foot with the left hand. And stretch to that left side. And lift it up. And we'll switch directions. So back to downward dog as I quickly change sides. And then to three-legged dog. Lift the left leg up. Bend the left knee and tuck it in. Balance on the left arm. Pivot the right toes out and slide the left leg under into stargazer. Or add into an arm balance with that bind. Yeah, there you have it. I see that. You're amazing. And then we'll go into pigeon. Left knee down. And hips back and level. either folding forward or twisting then to the left side, and then binding the left hand to right foot. Good. And then release the bind and sit over to the left side, bringing the left foot into the right thigh. Lift the left arm as you reach and extend over the right hip. Taking long, calm breaths. And relax that arm down and simply open that second leg to a wide angle. Okay. Now we're seated and folding forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine, spread the toes, and exhale, activate the muscles, hugging them to the bone, lifting up the kneecaps to pull the thigh bones back into the hip socket. And the sitting bones stay grounded, and the legs steady and strong. Building this heat. Now with the inhale, lift the back up straight. And let's come up to standing. Bending forward, rest the hands on the knees. Bending the knees, you have some support for the shoulders and back. So now the spine can be very supple. It's not supporting all the weight of the body, and it's free to arch and flex with your breath. So just notice its natural curvature. Each time you breathe in, getting a little more arch in the lower back and rounding it on the exhale. Begin to apply the locks, the bandhas. As you exhale, tighten the pelvic floor and then the lower abdomen. Inhale, relax these locks, softening the belly, relaxing the pelvic floor. And just pulse back and forth with your breath between tightening these inner muscles and relaxing them. This is a practice called Agni Sara. Agni means fire. Okay, now widen the feet, bend the knees, and slide the hands down to the earth, squatting down. Okay, use blocks under the hands if that's a helpful addition. Then we're going to straighten the knees on the exhale to fold forward and squat back down as you inhale, lifting the heels. Okay, and just a few more squats. Hug the legs to the midline, so inner thighs engage. Good. And lift up to stand. Step up to the front of the mat. We'll do our sun salute, Surya Namaskara. Okay. Let's do Surya Namaskar A, which we inhale, lift the arms, and exhale, fold forward. Place the hands, walk the feet back to plank pose. Inhale, the arms straight, and exhale, lower down. Inhale to cobra with the shoulders lifting, and exhale, resting down so that you can push up to table pose on the inhale. Curl the toes under, and then exhale to downward dog for 3 breaths. Inhale, look up, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees deeply so you can hop forward and then fold again on your exhale. Inhale, rise, lift the arms, and exhale, rest. Okay. Now to Surya Namaskar B. Once more to the front of the mat. Inhale, lift the arms, the palms together, legs together. Exhale to chair pose. Good. Inhale, lengthen, back up. Then exhale, swan dive forward. Inhale, feet back to plank pose. And exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra pose or up dog. Then exhale to downward dog. Good, that's right. Step the right foot forward. Left heel down so you're ready for warrior 1. When you are stable, you can stand up. To warrior, lift the arms, take a full breath. Good, exhale, hands down. Step the right foot back to plank pose and exhale, lower. Either chaturanga dandasana or then rise to cobra or up dog. Exhale to downward dog. Good. Everybody alive? Step the left foot forward. Right heel down. When your feet are stable, begin to stand up. Enjoy complete breath here. And then exhale, hands down. Left foot back to plank pose. Inhale with arms straight. And exhale, lower halfway or all the way. And inhale to cobra or upward facing dog. And exhale to downward dog. Woo! 3 breaths to really deepen the pose. As you exhale, lengthen the legs. Now, inhale, look up, lift the heels. Exhale, bend the knees deeply so you can hop forward. Yeah, and then fold, exhaling down. Inhale to lift up, straight back. And now you're resting, arms by your side. Congratulations. You've met the sun. Now,
I'm not sure I get the difference between up dog and cobra.
Okay, good question. The difference between up dog and cobra is whether the pelvis is touching the mat or lifted up. So in up dog, only the tops of the feet are in contact with the mat, whereas cobra, you're a little deeper down. The curve is a little bit different shape in the back. So
I find cobra so much harder because my arms are bent.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
just so much. Everybody's
Different.
Yeah.
There you go. We're going to do wide leg forward fold. So, look at the feet to be sure they're parallel. Soften the knees as you roll the shoulders back. Lengthen the neck. And then exhale over straight legs. Pressing down through the feet. Down through the hands. And now turn to the left, pivot the left toes out, and walk the hands up to that corner of the mat. So there's a long diagonal stretch. Deep lunge in the hips. And bring the left hand to the inner left foot on a block or on fingertips, or elbow up on the knee. And then draw the right fingertips up that left arm across the chest and out to the sky. And start to angle this right arm forward over the ear. Good, good, that's wonderful. Now just tuck the left sitting bone under. You roll the right hip back and look up to the right arm. There's extended side angle, Parshva Konasana. Lower the right hand and switch sides, walking the hands over to the right. Turn the feet, opening the right toes out. And then walk the hands out diagonally to stretch deep in the hips. Engage the inner thighs to press down through the soles of the feet. And walk the right hand to the inner right foot. Or bring the right elbow up on top of the right knee and start to lift the left arm, rolling it across, up to the sky, and then angling forward over the ear. Good. And tuck the right buttocks under as you roll the left armpit back. Some technical issues here. Good. Lower the hands down, bring them to the center, and the feet are parallel once more. Walk the fingertips through between the legs. Good, and now we're done. Wide leg forward fold. So please stand up straight. Good. Turn the left toes out for triangle pose, Trikonasana. Sliding the left hand down the left leg, you're going to lift the right arm up and vertical. Draw the navel in so the legs can lengthen and you're not sinking or collapsing into the hips. Okay? So if you feel pinching in that left hip, just slide up a little higher, open up a little more. Good, that's much better. All right, and let's go up to the second side. Turn the feet, turn the right toes out, and slide the right hand down the right leg. So squeezing, lifting the right kneecap, strengthening through the core, right down through the soles of the feet. Okay, and now release up to straight back And come on down to kneeling pose. Just I'm going to throw in an arm balance pose for those that want a little more heat to build up. And practice bakasana. Okay, from squatting position, bend deeply forward so the elbows are low and wide on the shins, and then squeeze the knees in towards the midline, hugging them to your upper arms. You have a shelf now in your upper arm, so when you lean forward, you can lift one foot at a time and balance on the hands. There. And then you rest. Say, wow, wasn't that great? Oh, I got to try it again. We'll try it one more time. So we balance on the hands, lift one foot, lift the second, squeeze the knees in, lift the navel up, and smile. Take rest.
I got it off in 1 second.
Okay, that counts. Sit down to rest and recline onto your back. And go on, stretch out once more with legs straight, arms overhead. Release any tension that hard pose might have inflicted in your psyche. Good. And bring the arms down by your side and lift up the knees. We'll go into bridge pose. Walk the heels close to the sitting bones. And then tuck the shoulder blades under and press the feet down. You're lifting the sides of the hips up, maybe helping with your hands under the buttocks, maybe walking the heels a little closer. Then you can try and clasp the hands together to really squeeze the shoulder blades in and open the heart up. Okay. Good, and release the hands, lower the buttocks down. Good. Inhale, lift the hips up, come up on the inhale, and just lower slowly back down on the exhale. So you're moving up on the inhale and down on the exhale. And it may happen that your shoulders slide back and you need to keep walking the heels closer. Good. And then resting down, completely relaxed. And taking a spinal twist. So open the arms, lift the right knee, and then press the right foot down so you can roll onto the outer left hip and cross the right knee to the left side where your left hand can reach. Look back over the right shoulder and lengthen the whole spine. Stretch out as you inhale. And gradually twist as you exhale, applying muscular energy as you do that to protect the back and sacrum. Good. Release onto your flat back. Switch sides. Press the left foot down, swing the hips underneath and over onto the outer right hip. Now I usually put the left foot right on top of the right kneecap so it stays put. And twist and look over your left shoulder. Inhale, lengthen the body from the fingertips to the toes. And exhale, tighten the core. support the twist with that strength in the core. Good. Rest flat on your back. Lift both knees. Press the feet down enough to float the buttocks up and slide the backs of your hands under the buttocks. Sitting on the back of your hands gives you a little bit of height and makes it easy to lift the legs one at a time. Vertical. Inverting the legs is a restful position. And try and calm down some of this heat and flame that we've produced in the practice. Simmer down now. And you can do other variations if you feel the urge to widen your legs or take them up behind you into a plow. Just remember you are calming down, simmering down. And eventually bend the knees into happy baby. Pulling the knees into the armpits while resisting and pressing the feet up to the sky. These babies sometimes like to roll around, giggle. Okay, and then rest the legs down. I'll do a more thigh stretch, bringing the right leg up to the sky and clasping behind the thigh. Okay, so you have right leg lifted, the knees soft so the shoulders and head can stay on the mat. And as you exhale, press the thigh into the hands to straighten the knee. And over a series of breaths, you can experiment with climbing up towards your ankle a little more to increase the stretch. And some yogis hold the big toe. And this is Hastapada Gustasana, hand to foot. So you have this deep thigh stretch and the hamstring. And then we open the right leg to the right side, just taking it slowly out wide. And this is a great standing balance pose also. If you imagine pressing down through your left foot and lengthening that left leg like you're standing on it. Now release the right foot down beside the left. Take a symmetrical stretch through the body. And then lift the left leg up and hold the back of the left thigh. Or put a strap over the left foot. And tuck the shoulders under, head resting. And just concentrate on the breath. Letting the arms lengthen on the inhale. And then feeling the stretch as you exhale. Bringing the arms closer or walking the hands up toward the ankle or even holding the big toe. So many possibilities. Now thorough stretch. We're opening the left leg to the left side. Trying to keep the right hip from lifting up. So the right hand oftentimes is pressing down on that right thigh. Now lengthen the right leg like you're standing on it. Imagine your spine straight as a plumb line. And when you're done, you're resting the left leg down next to the right. And taking one more symmetrical stretch, lifting the arms, spreading the legs, and stretching every muscle out in the hands and feet, the wrists and the ankles. Moving the shoulders and hips, the spine. And just giving a final stretch everywhere in the body, even the mouth, face, and the tongue. And then when you finish stretching, you can prepare your body for Shavasana. If you need to add more clothing, if you want to dim the lights. Okay, now you've made yourself as comfortable as possible. You're all warm and cozy, and you can relax into that coziness, into that support of the floor, and just let your body rest now. And relax from the scalp and the forehead into the eyes, to the cheeks, and the jaw and the tongue. And let that relaxation spread into your shoulders and arms, thanking those muscles and giving them permission now to rest and totally relax. You don't need to hold anything in your hands, so the fingers can soften and release. Good. You're relaxing in your back and relaxing in your chest. Relaxing in your stomach and hips. Relaxing in your legs. And relaxing in your feet and toes. Good. Given every muscle a chance to relax and rest, become more loose and limp, so that you can breathe into every part of your body. Breathe as though your whole body breathes. Inhaling, you nourish your body. And exhaling, let it rest. been good yogis to practice hard and long, and now you've earned this rest. You are wise and wonderful. You're kind, compassionate. You are bright and beautiful. So just let your mind rest, floating, drifting to your happy place, where everything is just the way you like it. You feel perfect in every way. Proud that you've done something good for yourself in this practice. Put in the tapas to energize your transformation. To bring that inner fire, that Agni, up, awakening Kundalini energy, and then reaching the crown with this heat which gradually melts the Amrit, that nectar of the lunar energy, and let it drip down, back all the way to the base of the spine. So for complementary flow of the flame rising to the crown, there's an equal and delicious reward of the nectar dripping back down, refined to the base of the spine. Sahana vavatu, sahano punaktu, sahaviryam karavavahe, tejasvina naditamastu, ma vidvishavahe. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Lord, may we be protected together. May we be nourished together. May we give strength to one another, and may our study be filled with divine radiance, and may there be no jealousy among us. Let there be peace, peace, peace. Then start to deepen your breath and awaken your body. You're ready to move and stretch and roll over to your side eventually to give your mind time to also awaken and be conscious of this time and place. Grateful and thankful for this body temple, that you can light the flame and nourish that flame with your steady practice of asana, pranayama, and meditation, keeping the tapas, that inner fire, kindled and alive. Come back sitting when you're ready to a comfortable pose. I hope you enjoyed being warm. Namaste.